So, 10 Second Ninja.
It is a game on PC and Mac. It is a puzzle platformer. It's very, very difficult. You're a ninja and you fight Nazi robots from space.
Thank you very much. Well, we're going to try and stretch this interview out longer than the 10 seconds that an average round of 10 Second Ninja will last. But it's a very unique little platformer that you've made here. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Right, so 10 Second Ninja is a blisteringly fast platformer where you are given 10 seconds to eliminate all of the enemies in a stage. The enemies are Nazi robots from space, you are a ninja, and it's very, very difficult.
Okay, what made you want to create something with such a harsh challenge?
I kept trying to make arty indie games and they kept falling through because I stopped getting invested. So I thought I would try and make something which was a bit more objective. So like the average player could tell me if there's something wrong with it and say like, you know, this should be changed, this needs to be a bit more refined. So I started making 10 Second Ninja, and something which is in a genre that I wouldn't typically play. So I could stay objective, I could stay like logical with how I was designing it. And it seemed to go well. Players had a lot of stuff to say. I've iterated on that, and yeah, I think it's at a stage now where it's quite good and it's quite refined.
So quite a lot of the people that we've spoken to recently, they're making the games because that's their passion, because they're the games that they want to play. You've gone the opposite way. You've made a game that perhaps isn't in line with what you would normally play. How has that been working like that? How has it been investing yourself so completely in something that's maybe not up your street?
So I also do some work outside 10 Second Ninja. We made a game called Castles in the Sky at the back end of last year, which was more of an like an arty indie game. But those are kind of exhausting, and if there's something wrong with them, it's difficult for someone else to tell you what's wrong with the game because they don't necessarily know what you're trying to express. Whereas if you're being like purely focused on gameplay, purely focused on design, then it's kind of an easier process because if you don't really get creative blocks because people will just tell you what's wrong with it and how you can fix it, and you can just iterate on that and iterate on that. So it's a little bit strenuous. No, it's less strenuous as a designer than it is sort of pouring your whole self into a game.
Okay, so when you make something like 10 Second Ninja and it's all about a challenge, how do kind of players rate themselves? Are there leaderboards, that kind of thing?
Yeah, there are leaderboards where your times get uploaded, your time is saved at the end of a level, so you can get better times and better times. You get ratings for that as well, so the better rating you get, the more levels you unlock. So initially it should just be about sort of like finishing the level, but then it should be about perfecting the levels and competing with your friends on leaderboards and sort of going through that cycle and making sure you're getting the best score possible.
You mentioned a star system earlier.
Yeah, so you finish the level and it'll give you 1 to 3 stars. If you do okay, like you just barely get by, you get 1 star. If you do pretty good, you get 2 stars. If you basically do the level with nothing going wrong, then you get 3 stars. So it's getting 3 stars is very difficult, and it sort of turns into like a methodical puzzle game in that you're looking at your route, you're saying like, okay, if I go up here and I shuriken across, is that faster than jumping down here and like hitting that guy? So it starts off just being about kind of frantic action, and then it goes more into puzzle territory and then back into frantic action once you know what route you're going through.
And what platforms is the game available on?
It's available on PC and Mac through Steam. It came out about 3 weeks ago and it's available for $9.99 or about £6.99.
Are you thinking of porting it over to any other platforms? I mean, something that would spring straight to mind would be something like the PlayStation Vita, that pick up and play, those very short bursts, something like that would suit a mobile game.
Yeah, well, right now we're thinking about that a little bit. The game's built in GameMaker, which is made by Yoyo Games, and they've been talking a lot with Sony recently about getting that engine on Vita, and we've actually, at GDC a while back, we had a build of it running on PS4 and PS Vita, so while we aren't announcing anything official yet, just because we want to make sure we can use the tech ourselves and we make sure we know it works, it is something we would like to do, and it is something that is looking more possible now.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck for the future.
Thanks.